now, ma'am, Dr. Anjum, ma'am, is actually working as an assistant professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Rajiv Gandhi. At Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering, Research and Technology, Chandrapur. She has also co-authored 2 books and published 3 patents. She is a parenting coach, career counseling, graphology practitioner, and meditation facility. She is also an interaction. She is an international. She has also done many international documentary films of UNICEF, and she has also received many awards for her contribution to education, training, and humanitarian activities. Yes, and now coming to the SEMS. SEMS Welfare Foundation is a registered not-for-profit organization and is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skill development, entrepreneurship. Through our initiative Digi Saksham, we have created training programs in IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneurship, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling inmates in Haryana jail and collaborating with universities and colleges. We have also partnered with banks to place over 1,500 candidates in job. FEM Leads, another SEMS initiative, empowers women through workshops and stories of successful female entrepreneurs. We conduct programs on digital literacy, marketing, career development, reaching over 1,000 women across multiple states. This initiative recently reached a milestone of 100 women actively involved. In just a short time, SEMS has established itself as a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women leadership in various industries. Yes, with this note, I, Lakshmi, on behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation, would like to give my heartiest welcome to Dr. Anjum, ma'am.
So today I will be sharing some inputs on how renewable energy can help in building a powerful future, we can say, or how renewable energy will help in having improved and improved living standards. So if we talk about energy, renewable energy, before that, let's just discuss about like energy. So energy is at the heart of the climate change, and it is key to all the solutions that we have. And a large chunk of the greenhouse emissions that blanket the earth and trap the sun's heat are generated through energy production by burning fossil fuels to generate electricity and heat. So the fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and gas, are by the largest contributor to global climate change, accounting for over 75% of global greenhouse gas emissions and nearly 90% of all the carbon dioxide emissions. The science is clear. To avoid the worst impacts of climate change, emissions need to be reduced by almost half by 2030 and reach net zero by 2030. 2050. So to achieve this, we need to end our reliance on fossil fuels and we need to invest in alternative sources of energy that are clean, accessible, affordable, sustainable, and reliable. The renewable energy sources which are available in abundance around us are the sun, wind, water. Yeah, these are some of the renewable energy sources that are available around us. Firstly, we have the solar energy, which comes from the sun, and the other is wind energy, which can be harnessed using the windmills. Then we have the hydropower energy, where the water falling from a certain height is being used for certain applications. And one of the main applications is generating electricity. Then we have the biomass energy. We have the geothermal energy. Geothermal energy means the energy that is being coming out, the heat energy that is being generated by the earth. So actually, even the ocean energy is being used. Even it is being considered as sometimes being considered as a non-renewable source of energy. Even it is being used. So any kind of renewable energy that you need to use, it will depend upon the climatic condition. For example, if I take an example of the place where I live, so Chandrapur, it is a very hot area, and if you want in such a hot area, the solar energy is something which can be used many of the time. We have here like many people, those who can, at least those who can afford, they have solar panels at their home, even the offices and all offices and the buildings like hospitals, public buildings. So they use the solar panels. The foremost thing over here is that if you just identify what kind of renewable energy source will suit my will suit my area or the climatic conditions of my area, it will be of great help. Then, for sustainability, if we see the resources should be used in moderation, but there is the prospect of improved health and decreased pollution. So we want that our health should improve, and at the same for that, achieving that we need to decrease the pollution. So here, the sources of green energy should be. That is, we need to avoid the fossil fuels, and we need to adapt more or research more on using the renewable sources of energy. So, if we talk about, if we here, it is just a report which actually tells how yes, this is the IEA 2021 report, which says that the yearly renewable power additions was 280 gigawatts in 2020, and similarly, almost the same renewable capacity will be added was added actually in 2021 and 22. And in recent years, solar PV power has become the most cost-effective option. It has become a cost-effective option among all the renewables in many countries like China, the United States, India, and Australia. And similarly, wind power technology is dominated in China, the Netherlands, France, Denmark, Germany, and United Kingdom. And moreover, if we talk about biofuels, even they are prevalent in United States, Brazil, and Indonesia. So, if we talk about sustainability, because when we talk about the renewable energy sources, yes, we need to talk about sustainability. And the sustainability, of course, it is a process or a state that can be maintained at a certain level for an indefinite amount of time. So this means that we need to use the resources, and we need to serve the environment in a way that will benefit us not only now but also for a longer period or for in the near future. So if we talk about the fuels, especially the burning of fuels, which is being done, it has increased the pollution and also the risk of global warming. And this is where like we need to discuss more on green energy. So if we talk about this green energy and the carbon emissions and how it is being harming the environment, and when we switch our attention towards sustainability, as I said, so we have to talk about three types of sustainability. So the first is the environment sustainability. So during the energy production and consumption process, the environmental impact of renewable energy sources should be minimized. And according to the ARENA report, 2019 report, coupling low-cost green energy and end-use electrification will significantly reduce energy-related carbon dioxide emissions. The second type of sustainability is, of course, economic sustainability. So, if we talk about the current situation, using most renewables is still expensive in many parts of the world. However, the price of the solar and wind technology has dropped in the last few years, but still this has become possible due to significant investments in research and development, technological development, automation process, and due to the subsidies that the government is providing. So in the future, we should be doing more research so that these sources of renewable energy are become cheaper and become reliable for the people. The people should be able to afford it. So this is one of the reasons where the people, though they know the benefits of using the renewable energy sources for their daily life, but they're not able to use it sometimes. The third kind of sustainability is the social sustainability. So until now, it has been overshadowed by the other two sustainability parameters. The role of social dimension is essential for a sustainable, renewable energy supply chain, as the social culture and characteristics structurally affect the sustainability of renewable. So the social dimension entails both positive and negative impacts of the renewable supply chain. On people such as the customers, the employees, workers, and local communities, and many. So, if we talk about accelerating this transition, like when most of the world has been using fossil fuels, and we need when we want to have this transition from using the non-renewable sources to renewable sources, or going towards clean energy. Of course, because we know that this is a pathway where we can help to have a healthy and a livable planet. So there are some points which I would like to discuss. Like first is the renewable energy sources are all around. Yes, almost 80% of the global population they live in countries that are net importers of fossil fuels. That is about 6 billion people who are dependent on fossil fuels from other countries, which make them vulnerable to geopolitical shocks and crises. In contrast, when we switch to renewable energy sources, they are available in all countries to diversify their economies and protect them from unpredictable price swings of fossil fuels while driving inclusive economic growth, new jobs, and poverty alleviation. The second is renewable energy is cheaper. Well, getting it is cheaper might be sometimes people will think like installation of or implementing of this renewable energy sources. Sometimes it becomes difficult and sometimes it can costly. But actually, if you see in the long run, if you see, it is cheaper. So I will just tell how. Of course, it is the cheapest power of option in many parts of the world today. The prices of renewable energy technologies are dropping rapidly, and the cost of electricity from the solar power fell by 85% between 2010 and 2020. So the cost of onshore and offshore wind energy fell by 56% and 48%. So the falling prices make renewable energy more attractive all around, including to low and middle income countries where most of the additional demand for new electricity will come from. So, with falling costs, there is a real opportunity for much of the new power supply over the coming years to be provided by low carbon sources. So, when we have cheap electricity from these renewable sources, it will provide nearly, because we know that it will be providing nearly 65% of the world's total electricity supply by 2030. So it could decarbonize 90% of the prices. Their competitiveness actually will improve due to the sharper increase in the gas and coal price. So this is actually a report or the data given by the International Energy Agency. Then the third is, first, renewable energy is healthier. So according to the World Health Organization, about 99% of the people in the world breathe the air that exceeds the air quality limit, and it is becoming threatening. It has caused threat to their health, and more than 13 million deaths around the world each year are due to due to avoidable environmental causes, including air pollution. Because this kind of pollution, whether it is just air pollution, water pollution, that is being caused due to the industries and all, so this could be actually avoided. So the unhealthy levels of the particulate matter and nitrogen oxide, they originate from the burning of fossil fuels. In 2018, air pollution from fossil fuels caused nearly $2.9 trillion in health and economic cost, which was, we can say, it is nearly about $8 billion spent. So, if we try to switch to clean sources of energy, such as the wind or the solar, it will help in addressing not only the climate change, but also it will help in addressing the issues of air pollution and health. Then renewable energy will create jobs because every dollar of investment that is being made in the renewables, it will create 3 times more jobs than in the fossil fuel industry. The IEA, that is the International Energy Agency, it estimates that the transition towards the net zero emissions will lead to an overall increase in the energy sector jobs, while about 5 million jobs in fossil fuel production could be lost by 2030. So, an estimated 14 million new jobs will be created in clean energy, resulting in a net gain of 9 million jobs. So, in addition, energy related industries would require further 16 million workers, for instance, to take on new roles in manufacturing of electric vehicles and hyper efficient appliances or for innovative technologies such as hydrogen. So this means that total of more than 30 million jobs could be created in the field of energy efficiency and the development of low emission technologies by the year 2030. And ensuring a just transition, placing the needs and rights of the people at the heart of the energy transition will help to paramount to make sure no one is left behind. Then renewable energy, it makes economic. As we talk, yes, we have to work for economic sustainability. So renewable energy, it makes economic sense because about $7 trillion was spent on subsidizing the fossil fuels industry in 2022, including through explicit subsidies, tax breaks, and health and environmental damages that were not priced into the cost of fossil fuels. So, in comparison, about 4.5 trillion a year dollars per year needs to be invested in renewable energy until 2030. That will include investments in technology and infrastructure to allow us to reach net zero emissions by 2050. And the upfront cost can be daunting for many countries with the limited resources, and many will need financial and technical support to make the transition. But investments in renewable energy will pay. So the reduction of pollutions and climate impacts alone could save the world up to we can be saving some $2.4 billion by 2030. So moreover, efficient, reliable renewable technologies, they can create a system that is less prone to market shocks and will improve the reliance and energy security by diversifying the power supply options. So, if we talk about the top renewable energy career paths that are in demand, so first is of course the engineering, where because in engineering, that there are branches, especially you can do specialization on this, and then you can get into it. Like if you want to set up a solar panel, instead of some solar panels for years, of course, you need knowledge of it. You need a knowledge of it because engineering in some of the branches, it is being included in the curriculum. We have courses in energy management system. So yes, of course, in engineering the sectors where more of research has to be done because the renewable energy sources they are though they are available, but sometimes people feel that they are costly, and the researchers haven't tried enough to reduce their cost. So yes, this can be very helpful. Then the biomass production. So biomass production, this is again another career path where the people can choose because a lot of biomass is being produced, and most of them they are just going to the landfill. So most of the waste that has been created. So instead of going to the landfill, if we try to use this resources like we have vermicompost or we have biogas plants and all. So if this kind of resources are being developed, so of course it will help to reduce the waste. Like when we talk about the 3 R's in sustainability, we have reduce, reuse, and recycle. So here we are reducing the waste, we are recycling the waste. So this will be again of very great help to each and everyone. Then the renewable energy consultation to the people who are already experts in the renewable energy sector, so they can also provide consultancies to the ones because the research in this renewable sector is not at a height. Because the people have, though it existed, though its knowledge existed quite long back. For example, I completed my MTech in energy management system long back in 2010. Well, at that time, I knew that these are the kind of and renewable energy sources and how they can be used. But still, there was no awareness among the people. And now, in just 3 to 4 years, people have started realizing it, and people have started using it. So the people who have already done some kind of specializations into it, so they can surely go for renewable energy consultation. Then architecture and design. Yes, architecture and design is another important concept where the people who are already into architecture and design, they can go into it because like now we are using the electricity which is coming from thermal power station. So if we need to switch to solar power and we need to have panels, so there will all the architecture that was already set up, the infrastructure that is set up. So it should be revised at that time, right? So it will need some revisions. So of course, the people who are interested in architecture and design, so they will be having good career opportunities in it. And then installation and maintenance. Of course, when we want to have something new, we have to use some new devices. So we need to install and maintenance and do the maintenance. So this is again a part where the people who are not so educated, who don't have any any kind, with graduation or postgraduate, but simple kind of diploma courses they have, and they know how to install the devices, because we will be requiring people to install all these devices, and also to maintain them, because that when we start using something, so it has to be repaired and all. So installation and maintenance. So even for that, here people will be required. So this is going to be again another very good career path for the people. So like I said, like what how renewable energy sources will help or to improve the standard of living, or it will impact the standard of living. So the first is, of course, the foremost factor is health protection, because we know that health is wealth. So if we have clean energy, if we have a green energy or green environment or clean environment, any kind of word that you must be using, we will be healthy. So if we are healthy, if we by using the renewable energy sources, we can save ourselves from the harmful emissions. So of course, we'll be having a good health. In fact, means that we can say it will be lead to health protection. And of course, as there are no emissions that are coming out, so it will lead to a cleaner environment. And even there, like you must be using the sources like for the biomass production, when we are using the biomass, so it is reducing the waste, because we are not throwing the waste to the landfill, or we are not just dumping it anywhere, but we are using that waste to generate biogas. So of course it will help in having a cleaner environment. Then saving of free time, of course, it will be there. We can save time, we can save money, because when we all now we have to spend a lot on our health, because the environment is polluted, and also we have to keep on worrying to take so much of care for us. So our time and money, some diluted somewhere over there. So this will be same. And of course, national and individual energy security. So these are some of the reasons which are actually going to impact the standard of living and the people. Now, if I just talk about the renewable energy sources and how it will help to have a better life. So we need to talk in short about two terms that are mostly discussed, the most discussed term. If you just even talk about any technology, this is where it comes from, and that is circular economy and sustainability. So circular economy is an economic model which focuses on reducing waste and promoting the reuse and recycling of materials. So it aims to create a closed loop system where the products are designed for longevity. Like nowadays, we sometimes prefer to have cheaper goods, but those cheap goods cannot last for long, and most of the people even prefer that. But in a circular economy, there will be products where they aim to have a product which we can be using it for a longer time, and that if possible, we can reuse it, we can refabricate it, or we can remanufacture this product. So the main thing is that once a product comes into in, like for example, if we take an example of a forest, uh, we have a plant that just grow up, and then the leaves that fall down, they just in the forest, if they say, those leaves automatically, like after a few days, they degrade and they get mixed up into the soil, and they enrich the soil. So this is how where nothing should be wasted. So that was in short what is the circular economy. So if we talk about linking the renewable energy and circular economy, it will enhance resources. So by using cleaner energies or clean sources of energy in the recycling process, we can reduce the environmental impact, and we can produce more sustainable production systems, and we can support many SDGs. However, if we talk about SDGs, yes, like SDG number 13, which talks about climate action, and then SDG number 14, which talks about life below water, 15 that talks about life above water, and SDG 9 that talks about cleaner energy environment. So actually, if we try to use this renewable energy and we try to link it with circular energy, it will help in achieving so many of sustainable development goals that we cannot imagine. So yes, benefits of sustainable development, like I said, when we are integrating the renewable energy, and then we are with the circular economy practices, so it will contribute to a number of it. So it will promote affordable and green energy, and at the same time, it will foster sustainable and smart. It will support responsible consumption and production patterns, leading to a more sustainable future. Yes, if you carefully look at the term that I just used, it is I said sustainable. Though I have written only sustainable cities, but I said sustainable and smart cities because now more than 50% of the world's population have started living the city, and we are talking about cities that will be converted to smart cities, where we will be having where everything is connected. Through the different kind of devices and technology is being used, but at the same time we want that those cities to be sustainable. So where we are trying to have not just cities, but we want to have sustainable and smart cities to renewable energy. So it is the time that we should rethink on that and we should research on that and try to link these terms of renewable energy, circular economy to have sustainability, that is to achieve the sustainable development goals. Because in fact, as I said, these all practices are going to help in having better health, and that is how it will help in having good living standards for all of this. Because now in cities, one more problem that is being found is that the people have started living there, more people have started living there, and it's not possible for the local organizations to make all the arrangements with them and especially fulfill the requirements of like electricity, water, and all that. So if you're having some sustainable options like smart meters are there, smart grids are there, water level monitoring systems are there. So if we have all this kind of systems, so for the people will be having a better life, and at the same time they will be uh, they can help towards saving so much of natural resources. Then, if we try to have this close look at some of the success stories for years, there are several countries that have successfully integrated renewable energy and circular economic initiatives. For example, Germany and Sweden. They have implemented policies that promote sustainable practices that showcase that these approaches can lead to economic growth and they can also lead to environmental benefits. But as we have talked so much in favor of renewable energy sources, so there has to be some challenges also. So despite the number of benefits that we have seen, first when we try to integrate or this mix of these terms like renewable energy sources, and we have to achieve system. We have to also promote circular economy, and we have to achieve the sustainable development goals. There are going to be some kind of constraints. For example, the first one is the policy barriers because the policies, the energy policies that we have, or the environmental policies that we're using, they need to revise. They need to be revised sometimes. We cannot just directly comment on any of them. But like yes, many of the countries they need to revise this energy policies so that the more people are aware of using the renewable energy sources, not only for the industrial or professional purposes, but also in their daily life. The second is the technological limitations. Yes, if we have a close look at this, so the countries with the higher economic standards, or sometimes even the developing are using it, or the developed and the developing nations, we can say, but the lower economic countries or the countries with lower economic standards are not able to reach are not able to use this technology. Like they must be having there are a lot of heat into that area, and they can be harnessing the solar energy, but the technological limitations that they have, they are not able to utilize it. So, of course, technological limitations are there. So, here there is a need that the developed countries should be able to help the lower income countries, the middle income countries, so that they are able to use this technology for their benefit. Because now, due to this technological limitation, do they know that there is an option like solar energy, for example? They are not able to use it because they don't have facilities in their country. And though they may be knowing, they are not able to afford it. So, from there, it becomes necessary that the people start even like it actually calls for collaboration, a global level collaboration, we can say, that needs to be done. And financial constraints, as I already said, especially for the developing middle income countries, the low income countries. So, if you want to bring up if you want to bring up anything new, so yes, we need to spend something. So financial constraints can also be there for some. So actually, if we need, it is not that these constraints will stop us from using the renewable energy resources or we can never use it. But the thing is that some kind of revisions or some kind of research or more research into it, and encouraging especially the youngsters to go like develop better and cheaper alternatives in this. So this will be helping in removing these obstacles that we just saw, and so it will actually help in addressing these obstacles, and it will play a pivotal role in achieving the desired sustainable outcome. So sustainability, let me in short, I'll just discuss about what is sustainability. Because in today's world, sustainable development, it is very, very important. And the integration of renewable energy and the circular economy, it will offer innovative solutions to meet our needs and at the same time will be protecting our planet. And of course, I feel that like I have been talking for nearly some more than half an hour. So this presentation will have helped all of you in exploring the different options that we have or the different pathways that we have to achieve SDGs through this synergetic approach. The other thing that I would like to add is when we want to use this renewable energy sources, and then we are aiming to have a better life, a cleaner environment for everyone. And that is what like higher standard of living that I started with, or improved standard of living. So there is necessary that there should be more innovative solutions, because now most of the technological solutions that we are having, the devices are being used in the industries and other sectors, they have been developed or they have been formed keeping in view the fossil fuels that we have been using. Like most of the time, we are using petroleum, we are using coal. So these are some of the fossil fuels that are being used every time. So and the devices or the manufacturing equipment in the industry, they have been developed according to that. So if I want to switch it to a solar based system or a hydro energy based system or a wind energy based system, so obviously then we have to develop new solutions where these technologies can be adapted and these technologies can be used for it. So uh, and we need to even think about like energy storage and of course the smart grids, and even converting the waste into energy. Also, these are some of the steps that will actually help overcome the challenges that we have observed in the field. So we need to come up with this. We need to come up with not the solutions but smarter solutions. So these solutions or the innovations that we need to achieve in the innovation, it will help to improve the efficiency, and it will also improve the effectiveness of the integration of the solar energy for the circular. So policy recommendations, so effective policies are essential for promoting this integration, because effective policies is revising of the policies, we can say, for many countries, and so that people can have more on or they should be even ready to use, because sometimes the people are not ready to use. So we have talked about affordability, but at the same time accessibility and adaptability and affordability. So this all are some of the things that have to be addressed so that effective policies could be made. And the renewable energy, along not just renewable energy, but along with that, we need to just open our minds to think on the concepts of renewable energy, achieving sustainability and also the circular economy. Right? So the government should support incentives, they should support regulations, collaboration that will encourage sustainable practices and that will encourage more people to come forward and invest. So yes, with this, I would like to conclude. Yes, with the help of renewable energies, we want to have a sustainable future. So the renewable energy sources, and when we start using it, not just for like change to have a change, but when we start adapting it or adopting it to achieve with an aim or with a mission to achieve circular economy. So yes, it is actually very, very important that we achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs by 2030. It will help in improving the standard of living for everyone. And by embracing the techniques, by embracing these technologies, we can create a more sustainable, resilient, and equitable future for all. And it will also help in ensuring not only good health for us or good health for the people, but also it will help in ensuring a better health for our planet. Because we know that we only have this planet. We don't have a planet B where we are going to shift. Because if something goes wrong over here, we don't have any other planet that we are going to shift like we should do it. So we have only one planet, and it is our responsibility how we are protecting this planet. So I would just like to say, yes, using renewable energy, it has lots of benefit, but we should even think on addressing the challenges. And if we try to overcome these challenges, surely we ensuring a sustainable future and improved standard of living for all. So, with this, I come to the end of the presentation. And in fact, I know that there is a lot more to share, a lot more to discuss on the. In fact, I can even discuss because I said like one of my specializations in energy management systems. So I can even share more on each energy quickly. So thank you very much. Thank you very much once again to Sense Foundation and all the wonderful audience who have joined us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving this wonderful session and your valuable time.